Today I fucked up playing with a cute fish in the ocean. This happened 2 days ago. I recently moved to the southeastern US and have gotten into the hobby of snorkeling. I'll preface this next part by saying I've always had a natural curiosity of nature, as stupid as that is. While snorkeling I saw lots of cool wildlife. All the fish would dart away before I could get close enough to pet them. But there was one adorable fish just sitting on the bottom of the ocean floor that wasn't at all afraid. So I started petting him. Everything was fine. I thought I'm gonna pick him up and take him to my wife so she can see him. Worst mistake of my life. As I went to pick him up, some sharp thing on his back stabbed into my hand and I felt the sharpest, most intense throbbing pain I've ever felt. I didn't think it was a big deal. I figured the pain would go away. I went to find my wife and our friends. It seemed to be slowly getting better, so I stopped thinking about it so much. Until about 20 minutes later I found them on the beach. I got out of the water and started walking to them, and my wife's friend screamed when she saw me. Completely oblivious, I looked down and see my hand and arm are swelled up to twice the normal size. The pain had gotten better because with all the swelling it had somehow made my arm numb with a throbbing dull pain, to which I had interpreted as it was getting better. A quick Google search and we found out it was a stonefish. The most venomous fish in the world. By the time the ambulance got me to the hospital my arm was a disgusting puffed up mess. Doctors gave me some antivenom and my arm is finally starting to look normal 2 days later. I'm very scared to see this medical bill. TLD, I went swimming in the Atlantic Ocean and played with a stonefish and got stung. My arm swelled up like crazy and I got transported to the ER and had to have antivenom administered. Now I'll probably be in severe debt till I die, all because I wanted to play a little fishy. Just googled stonefish. You and I have very different definitions of adorable. LPT, if a wild critter doesn't run from you, there's a reason for it. That reason may vary. They could be sick, they could be dangerous, they could have babies nearby, but the reason is definitely not because they want to make friends and let you pet them. TLDR, if you meet something in the wild, one of you better be running away. Don't touch the fish. You are worried about a hospital bill? Dude, you almost got yourself killed. Do not pet the fishy. You saw a wild animal and your spontaneous reaction was, that looks cool, I'm gonna pick it up. What the hell? That is not an adorable fish face with tears of joy. I thought I'm gonna pick him up and take him to my wife so she can see him. Well deserved L, honestly. I just googled stonefish. Why the heck would you want to touch that thing? But hey, it could have been worse. At least it wasn't your D. If all the fish are afraid of you, beware the one that isn't. How is a stonefish cute? It's got "Don't fuck with me" written all over. I've always had a natural curiosity of nature, as stupid as that is. That isn't stupid at all. That's healthy. I thought I'm gonna pick him up and take him to my wife so she can see him. That was the part that was stupid. I swear, people are so stupid sometimes. Hey, if you see a yellow-blue ringed octopus, play with that too. They love to be handled by humans. Natural selection at its finest. Do you guys not have a caveman screaming at the back of your head when you try stupid things like that? My ancestors scream in unison. No touchy the spicy fish. Are you, like, 10? Because saying hey I'm going to take this fish out of the water, his fucking natural habitat where he lives and breathes and stuff, it's so fucking dumb. Don't touch wild animals for fuck's sake. First rule of snorkeling and diving is don't touch anything. Now I'll probably be in severe debt until I die. USA. 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 Sorry op, I'm not buying this. First you think a stonefish is cute and pettable, which might be believable given how stupid people can be. Then you got one of the most painful stings known to mankind and didn't think it was a big deal. And finally, you say you didn't notice your arm had swollen to twice its size. LOL, if something in nature isn't scared of you, there's usually a good reason. I am a scuba instructor. I film my students day one. If it looks sharp and pointy, it is sharp and pointy. Don't pick it up or play with it. Thank you for validating my method. Brew, you could have died. Stonefish are fucking deadly. You are the reason why we have warning labels on everything. Stay out of the ocean, my dude. And stonefish are not adorable, LOL. Why would you touch a stonefish? Their look literally screams, don't touch me. It's like you learnt nothing from Finding Nemo. If you ever come to Australia, there's a cute, little octopus you'll probably really want to play with, especially since it has little blue rings. Under no circumstances do you ever touch the blue ring octopus. Damn, your first instinct was to kill your wife with it rolling on the floor laughing. I recently moved to the southeastern US and have gotten into the hobby of snorkeling. A quick Google search and we found out it was a stonefish. The most venomous fish in the world. My friend, there are no types of stonefish in the Atlantic Ocean, let alone anywhere near the southeastern US. Do you mean a lionfish? Even then, I haven't even heard of antivenom for lionfish stings. They usually just give hot water treatments. You learned why the stonefish isn't skittish, is unfuckwithable. Glad you didn't die, would be lying if I said I had any sympathy though. Snorkeling without educating yourself about any dangerous wildlife in your area is already inadvisable, but disrespecting an unidentified wild animal is just a whole lot of extra layers of avoidable stupid. Do not touch anything in the ocean. Not only can most things hurt you to some degree, but harassing nature is just a shitty thing to do. If the creature isn't poisonous, you should also consider that your touching it can risk the health and safety of the creature. Humans carry bacteria that is foreign to the nautical world, and some things are more fragile than they appear. OP could have spent 20 minutes on the Brave Wilderness YouTube channel and avoided this whole thing. Holy shit, the entire time I was like, I hope this isn't a stonefish. Please do not the fish. Never touch anything you don't know, dumbass. Rule of thumb that I live by. If a wild animal is not scared of you, they tend to have a reason why. Stonefish are docile enough to let you pick them up because there is fuck all in the ocean that will mess with them. They literally evolved not be scared of things because everything has learned like you not to mess with them. The sheer amount of venom they inject via their spines is comical and can absolutely kill you. Hot tip for the future in nature: if it isn't afraid of you, there's probably some reason for you to be afraid of it. But most important, don't touch things you can't identify. Southeastern us, fish that doesn't run away. Knew right away this was a lionfish foo. Had a friend in Idaho that sold fish, totally got wrecked when he was feeding his lionfish and had to be hospitalized. Totally an invasive species in the Atlantic due to hurricanes and aquarium owners. Here's a better late than never safety brief from every range safety personnel in the Marine Corps and probably the military in general: don't fuck with the wildlife, that is all. Unless you can ID a species by its scientific name like you're the goddamned crocodile hunter, do not pick up or attempt to touch any wild animals. If you love animals, you should know they're better left alone and undisturbed. Pet a fish. Pet a fish. WTF. You shouldn't be petting any marine life at all while snorkeling. I don't know why no one you've gone with has ever told you that, but that's not a normal or smart thing to do. Leave the wildlife alone. I'm gonna pick him up and take him to my wife so she can see him. I have no sympathy for people who thinks like that. Sure, let's make the fish suffocate for a bit just so I can show others what I found. FAFO. Don't fucking touch wild animals ever. Simply, if you don't know what fish it is, don't touch it. IMO, stone fish are not adorable. Yep, stone fish are brave and won't move. I saw one last time I snorkeled. The rule of thumb with all aquatic life is look but don't touch. Hopefully a lesson learned. Florida man gonna do Florida man things. Good rule in nature: if it doesn't get away from you, it can and probably will hurt you. Also, if something hurts, next time please ask for help immediately. You were lucky this time. One of the cardinal rules of snorkeling is don't touch stuff. Not only are you killing it, it will sometimes try to kill